Hi, this is Dana at Dana Stitches. Today, I can't speak. I'm not sick or anything, I guess this is the first time I've spoken all day, maybe. I don't know, I need to warm up my voice. Anyways, today is Monday, October the 8th. It is Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all the fellow Canadians. I don't have any plans. I have family in the area. We just didn't make any plans. It was a little bit lazy. But that allowed me more stitching time. So, yay. My hot chocolate is almost finished and it's going cold. So how is everybody? I've been doing good. There's been some stuff coming up at work that is a little bit stressful, but probably less stressful than we think it will be. Let's just say that. At home, everybody's fine. Nothing going on there. Like I said, even Thanksgiving has been nonchalant. The other family members that are here are actually going out to their other extended family. So that left us with not having to do anything. So yay. I had sent, my husband was taking my son to his job, which happened to be at the grocery store. And I told him, I had sent him a text and told him to go in and grab a ham or a turkey, and we need milk. And he came back and he didn't have any grocery bags with him, so I said, I guess you didn't get the message. And then he read the message and he's like, well, it's too late now, because the job that my son works is actually after hours, so the store was closing when they went there. So we didn't get any groceries, but that's okay. I mean, we have food in the house. We'll be able to eat. And maybe we'll score a turkey on sale tomorrow. Who knows? Is anybody else getting these messenger hack messages? I've gotten a couple. And I think I just got one from my sister. Yep. But I'm not forwarding any of those, because that's, apparently that's a scam now. It's the exact same message I've gotten 6 times. So it's telling me that I got a new friend request, copy and forward, and it's like all 6 people who don't know each other say copy and forward. Anyways, you're here for the stitching, and I have a little bit to show you. I was going to film yesterday, but honestly, I was too busy stitching. I had it in my head that I was going to finish this stocking, and I honestly, on Saturday, I had a bit of a burnout on it, because I had been working on it already for 2 weeks, and I thought, oh, I'll just put it aside. There's only a little bit left. I'll work on something else, bring it out, and then it'll be, you know, refreshed and much better. But then when I got up Sunday, normally I would sit down and stitch on Beloved, which is normally sitting right here ready to go. And I thought, you know what, I should use that same practice with the stocking. So I went and sat down at the stocking instead, and I stitched, and so I got up at about 7:30 with the dogs, had a bit of coffee, and was stitching, watching Flosstube, and well, my dogs are on a very strict routine for eating because Gonzo's diabetic, and so at 9 o'clock he comes and bugs me. It's time to eat. So I fed him, and I sat down and I stitched some more. And then at about 10:30 I decided time for me to get dressed. So I posted a quick photo on Instagram, and then I hopped in the shower and got cleaned up and got dressed and poured myself another coffee and sat down and stitched some more. And like I said, I fully intended to go to the grocery store and get groceries, but when he was leaving to go take Triad to the store, it was 4:30, no, 5:30, and I had lost track of time watching Flosstube and stitching. I had gotten up a couple of times and walked outside and stuff, but short breaks, 10-15 minutes, bathroom breaks. But I plugged on. And I made a couple of adjustments, but I guess, I don't know, should I show you now or should I wait? I've been telling you all about it, so I'll just show you now. So yeah, I made a couple of adjustments, mostly well, you'll see. So let's see. By the way, it's my dad's birthday, and that was another reason why I thought, you know what, let's just get this done. When I did the silver dragonfly, I happened to finish it on my silver anniversary. This is for my dad, and I finished it just before his birthday. Like, his birthday's today. I finished it yesterday. And Dad, if you're watching, stop, and I will cue you some time over here where you can start watching again. So here it is. Let's see if we can get that all in. So I started at the top. I started in this corner, which for me makes logical sense when doing a stocking, because this is pretty much the furthest edge at the top. So any errors, you would have extra fabric. This is the fabric that came with the kit. It's a 16 count Dove Gray Ada, I believe. I think it's 16 count. Anyways, here it is. So the changes that I made are in the name. It was supposed to be outlined in 2 strands of white, but I had some silver left over from another kit, and I decided to couch the silver cord. I have 2 strands of silver and 1 strand of white DMC, and I couched it using 1 strand of white And I think you can tell a little bit. When you couch, it makes the letters smoother, especially the arched letters, the rounded letters, like the A. And the other change I made was I put beads on the house where there normally would have been white French knots. I hope this is focusing for you. I'm a little bit shaky. And I went with colored beads because I know at the time frame that I'm thinking that I would have been if this was me and my dad, he definitely would have put colored lights on the house, if he put lights on the house at all, because our tree always had colored lights. So that's why I went with the colored beads. The white beads would have been pretty, but I think the colored beads add a little extra personality. The only thing that I might change, and I might not, is this section of beads right here. That's the first section that I put on, and I did it according to the instructions on the pattern. And to me, the lights do not belong on the roof. They belong on the edge. So even up here, they had the French knots in the part where it would have been snow. So I moved the beading, I placed the beads along the edge where I believe the lights would have actually been. And that is that. All ready to be finished. And honestly, I don't even have the backing fabric for it. So I'll have to shop for that. Until then, I'll just leave it. I'll probably hang it on the closet rod there, or the other stockings waiting its finishing. But here are the beads that I used. I was prepared. So they're all Mill Hill. This one I didn't have in the original container. It's 03049 for the red, 10081 for the dark green, 42031 for the yellow. It's more of a chartreuse, and 10049 for the blue. To me, those look like Christmas lights. I know the blue should have been a more of a navy blue, but it still works. And yeah, this is the silver cord that I had left from another kit. Another Dimensions kit, which I did a while ago, and I still had. I really like this one as well, and I might do it again. Somebody has already requested the Christmas Eve Fun pattern, and if I haven't promised it to somebody else, I'm going to be giving it to them. I don't use the felt and tassel that come with the kit because I use my own stuff. Sorry about that. My son was just at the door telling me that there's no milk. I knew that. That's why we were supposed to go to the store. So he's gonna suffer no milk for his tea. I was gonna show, I also had white beads out as an option for the lights. And also on the wreath, I don't know if you can tell, there are a few beads on the wreath too. And those are 02011 for the gold and the same reds. Yeah, there's the back. There's the back of my stitching. So yeah, like I said, I don't use the tassel and everything that come with the kit because I use my own. I make my own hanger and everything. I should have brought a stocking up to show as an example, but it's not that time of year yet, so all that stuff is still in the basement. That was my finish. So what else did I work on? Not a lot, because I focused on that. What I did on the first, I have been trying to do the Dressmaker's Daughter on the first because of the Australian ladies seasonal stitch along that they were doing. Well, I don't know if it's a stitch along, but the seasonal stitching. And so they're doing the Spring Queen, and I followed Jessie Marie's idea. She was going to do a different Mirabilia, but it still had a spring theme to it. My washing machine's bouncing. Hopefully somebody will take care of that. I am doing Dressmaker's Daughter, and I started with the spring. And so on the first, I did a few more stitches in it. Let's see if I can find. So I added more over here. And I believe I did a little bit more along the top. But yeah, it was just one night worth of stitching. It's beautiful, and I would like to do more on it, but I would like to do more on all of my projects. And I have to go take care of that washing machine. Okay, washing machine was fine. Somebody must have taken care of it already. Or I'm hearing it louder up here than... There's somebody down there. It'll be fine. So those are the two that I worked on out there. And the one that I work on in here. It's sitting right over here, and I'm sure I know a couple of people who want to see it. Let me see if I can move something out of the way here. I do not want to spill hot chocolate on that hand-dyed fabric. Right, Dressmaker's Daughter. Hand-dyed fabric by Extrude Designs. And I have the name of it somewhere. Hand-dyed fabric of the month. Sweet Lavender, 32 count, Belfast. I do prefer Belfast. I find if I'm going to buy fabric, that's my choice that I would go to. So now I'm going to show you one of the all-time favorites of this channel. I keep forgetting to bring the picture. Beloved by Heaven and Earth, artwork by Adele Sessler. This is the full-size version, I believe, not a mini. Yeah, I started this quite a while ago, but I've been plugging away at it regularly. And here is where I am now. I had been already at the bottom over here. We're looking at the wrong side. Okay. This thing is awkward to hold, so let's see if I can do this now. Alright. I was at the bottom over here. And all I did really was just filling in the black all the right way. That bit and over there. That's what I've done. I am getting a little bit burnt out. It's a lot of black. I'm trying to get my numbers in for the full coverage fanatics. But I am considering moving over towards her hair for a little more interest. And then I'm going to regret it because it's very confetti heavy. So, like I said, I'm feeling a little bit burnt out. And I say this all the time, and then I pick up my needle and I get on a roll. So, it's still a regular. And believe it or not, I've been considering starting another one, another HAED. Just for variety, and I haven't even picked out which one. I do have the Queen of Hearts by Rachel Anderson, I want to say. A lot of red. There's also the three. Try to insert a picture here of the one that I'm thinking about. It's on my wish list, but I don't have it yet. Anything really that involves three women, I am drawn towards, and that's because I have the two sisters. So it just, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. And we're all born. There's three girls, and then there's a brother. And I have two older brothers as well, but there's step brothers. So there's the four of us that are naturally brother sister together. So you didn't need to know that. Anyways, so yeah, that's why I'm drawn towards patterns with the three people. Like Circle of Friends by Mirabilia. I've done that. Shakespeare's Fairies. I wasn't really drawn to it, but now that I'm seeing it more and more, I'm drawn to it. Maybe I can just pull it up on here. Well, it's going to take longer than I thought, so I will just try to insert a picture. And yeah, I mean, I was not looking at starting a HAED for a while because I was thinking I needed fabric and everything. But when I went looking for fabric for my sister, I discovered, hey, look at this stash of big pieces of fabric that you got. So that got me thinking about it, but I have other things that I need to finish. And I need to do a ornament for an exchange and finish. I would like to finish another reindeer, and I got Rudolph on the, beside me at the chair. I also like Crystal Christmas to get some more work. Same with Mirabilia's Mystery. Those are my oldest ones, except for this one, which I'm going to show again. And pull this out again because I had somebody had asked a question last 2 videos ago, and I had forgot to answer her. Karen. She had asked about stitching on a scroll frame, and I had not explained what I'd done, and I had meant to. Some people don't like Q-snaps or scroll frames because they crush the stitching, and I'm only begun using Q-snaps recently because I do like to have tension. I like my fabric to be taut when I'm stitching. That's why I really like the Q-snap or the scroll frames, but then I found I don't have enough scroll frames. So I thought I did load up this piece onto this frame, and this is 2006 commemorative sampler from Stony Creek from the Stitching Festival, and this was gifted to me by some buddies who had gone, and so I thought I would show a little bit about how I put my stitching on a frame. So I did load this up, and this frame is called a Crafter's Choice. I got it in the 90s. I believe I got it at Mary Maxim, and I believe I got a set from Michael's. So on this frame, there's a groove and a dowel. And originally, what I would do is take the edge of the fabric, and actually, I don't know if you can see it, but this is the 28 count Monaco, and I would put that edge into that lip and then secure it with the dowel, which is not very secure, and it's really, really tricky. So I have this very thin, I want to say it's muslin, but it's not muslin. It's very thin fabric anyways. So I just have scraps of it. I sew it onto the top edge and the bottom edge of my project. And as you can see, I can slide it into the dowel. I can slide it in there and put the dowel over top. No problem. I always roll so my fabric is on the bottom, so that this is the back of the fabric and this is the top. It's called stitching in the ditch. The reason I do that, and I used to, when I, newbie, I used to roll it the other way, but this side gets handled a lot more, and so it'll get dirtier faster than if it's rolled. It'll get dirty faster because it's on the surface, and you'd rather the back be dirtier than the front. So the other thing that I do is, once I have some stitching in place, I use batting. And this is going to be tricky, so I have to do it down here. I have a smaller piece. So it's only a couple inches wide. I'm looking at where I'm going to stitch, so that's why. So I tuck the batting up under where it's going to roll, and then as it rolls, it helps pick up the tension without flattening the stitches against the wood or against the fabric itself as it gets tighter. So I think I will be putting another piece on the bottom because I have stitches down here. So there's my stitches at the top, and this, I'm going to have it tighter. I like it tighter. And this is the area I'm going to be stitching in, these two areas here. I hope that helped. I don't know what else I can say about this setup. The other reason that I put the fabric on the top and the bottom is because then I can have the top further down for stitching, and that's also why I have my husband put in a lower set of holes here so that I could have it lower down. I just set it up like this just because I am working on this top part for what I need, so it just made sense. This stand fits inside my floor stand, which I had shown a few videos ago. I'm just pulling up Karen's question again. Yeah, washing pieces. I've washed almost every single thing that I've stitched. I know some things you're not supposed to wash. I don't think there's anything that I haven't washed. I may not have washed Garden Party by Mirabilia because it does have silks in it, and that's when I learned, oh, you don't wash silks. So anyways, I'm going to be working on this. I just have the white work to do in here, and then there's some lettering that goes in this box down here. The original lettering says Stitching Festival 2006. I'm going to change that. I'm probably going to put it to say Stitching Buddies since 1998. And that's the online group that I've been a part of since, I believe it was 98. And they're the ones that bought me this when they went to that festival. So it just makes sense to have that on there. The charms that are on there are probably not available anymore. So I am just going to have a look at some other charms. I don't know if they're going to be hearts. They'll probably be hearts, but I mean, they could be angels or scissors or thimble, any kind of charm really. And that's all that I have planned. When I'm done that, I will switch it out for Alice. And I did order the stuff for the rose box. And like I said, I have to find an ornament for an exchange. So I pulled out a stack of magazines to have a quick look for. So I'll have to work on that too. I'm not exactly sure when the exchange date is, so I will also have to do another online order. I did order some things. I remember telling you I've been waiting for my order from Traditional Stitches. I've got a shipping notice on that. I also ordered something from Stash Unload. I haven't seen that yet. And I placed an order just recently for the rose box that I showed last time, and then I realized after I placed my order I didn't order tax. So we'll see. I might be able to add that to the order. Like I said, I don't know when I'm going to actually finish the stocking, but that'll be, I'll show it when it's finished. I always show everything. I plan on finishing at the same time as the Just Nan stocking that I finished stitching a while back. It's just easier to do all that kind of assembly at the same time, which will probably be at the same time that I finished the ornament, because that's probably going to be a stocking too. Maybe. I can turn almost any design into some kind of stocking. So I'll look at all of them. I'm trying to think of what this person tastes. You know, try to take that into consideration. Anyways, I gotta go. This video is getting long and people are moving around out there. So I had better go. I gotta go to the store, get milk. I will talk to you later. And I always forget to say this. You can follow me on Instagram at TinaStitches74. I don't post as regularly as I should, because a lot of the time I want to save stuff for the video. But I did post the pictures of the stocking. I was just going to put a teaser picture up, but I put a couple pictures up. Yeah, and don't forget to click like and subscribe and hit the little bell thing so you know when a video comes out. I've been pretty good at doing a video every week, but you know, life happens and sometimes that's not always the case. It's not always doable. Anyways, now for sure I'm going to say bye. Happy stitching.